Meghan Markle is not worth defending over Nigeria trip, claims Kelvin MacKenzie. Following the announcement of her most recent royal journey overseas, Meghan Markle has found herself at the centre of a heated debate on the air. Due to the fact that Meghan recently found out that she is 43% Nigerian, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are planning to travel to Nigeria right now. Following Prince Harry's solo trip to the United Kingdom, where he will be commemorating the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games, the royal pair will subsequently depart in a private plane. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. In the course of their conversation over the visit to Nigeria, commentator Tessa Dunlop and Kelvin MacKenzie, a former editor of The Sun, became caught in a heated argument. MacKenzie said that the Duchess of Cambridge's decision to skip the United Kingdom in favour of Nigeria is comparable to giving a V sign to the British people. Instead of coming to the United Kingdom, possibly to rally around the royal family in tough circumstances, both with the King and his wife Kate, what does she do? MacKenzie raged. What does she do? She makes a quick trip to Nigeria. Although she enjoys the title, she is not a fan of the country. Can't she just come right out and say it? Although Dunlop concurred with MacKenzie's viewpoints, he expressed his disagreement by saying, "I think that she does have certain issues with Britain, and with individuals like you spouting off. Are you to fault for her?" It was brought to her attention that MacKenzie had compared Meghan's trip to the recent engagements that the King and Duchess of Edinburgh had attended as members of the royal family, and that Meghan is all about herself. "I wish we paid more attention to Ukraine, because that is where the crisis resides," Dunlop yelled out to express his anger. "We are all oblivious to the crime." However, Ukraine is brought back into the discussion when Sophie materializes in a dress for a brief moment. As MacKenzie interposed his response to Dunlop's assertion, he demonstrated his fury by asking, "The war in Ukraine is not being covered by the media. That is completely absurd." In response, Dunlop stated, "What bothered me was the fact that you equated them to working members of the royal family, and their journey to Ukraine was paid by the Foreign Office, which is entirely appropriate. And then you compare them to the Duchess of Sussex, who is a private individual who, incidentally, will give people in Nigeria a great deal of pleasure by visiting them," you explained. The argument that MacKenzie made was as follows: "How do you know that Meghan travelling to Nigeria is going to offer them a significant amount of pleasure? You are basing your guesses on it, aren't you? She receives a massive raspberry wherever else she goes," the speaker said. "She comes over here, the most loved person I can ever recall joining the royal family, and within half an hour, she says, 'I'm not hanging around being told what to do by you guys,' and then she leaves the building to go to Los Angeles in the mansion. Sincerely, she is not someone who should be defended." The King gave pleasure at the cancer center. Dunlop proceeded to support Meghan as she detailed the situation on the treatment center. "There was a great demand for enjoyment in Ukraine, and Sophie would have provided it. Meghan, with her amazing stardust, would have been an excellent choice. This is the reason why people like you are so irritated, because she abandoned Britain to pursue other interests." Due to Meghan Markle's decision to sever ties with the United Kingdom, Prince Harry will be left in a state of isolation when he travels back to the country in which he was born. After attending the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II in September 2022, the Duchess of Sussex has not been seen in the United Kingdom since then. Harry has made a number of high-profile excursions back to the United Kingdom on his own over the course of the past year and a half, despite the fact that his wife has not been present. The Duchess of Sussex declined an offer to attend the historic coronation of King Charles in May 2023. She made the decision to stay in the United States in order to celebrate Prince Archie's birthday, which coincided with the historic ceremony. During the civil court that Harry testified against Mirror Group newspapers, MGN, in London in July 2023, Meghan did not join him. The case was being heard in London. It is possible that the king, who was subjected to a harsh interrogation during which he appeared to choke back tears, benefited from the support of his wife during the court hearing. When Meghan decided not to accompany Prince Harry to the Well Child Awards event in September 2023, despite the fact that she had travelled from the United States to Germany just a few days earlier to accompany her husband to the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf, this was the most egregious disobedience that the United Kingdom had ever experienced. After receiving the news that his father, King Charles, had been diagnosed with cancer in February of 2024, the Duke of Sussex wasted no time in making his way to the United Kingdom. Following his return from the United Kingdom, Harry provided an interview with Good Morning America in which he said that he will be returning to London on many occasions throughout the year 2024. It was also said by the King's youngest son that he would make an effort to view the royal family as often as he can during the current year.